welcome to another edition of Who's Who Business TV. I'm your host, Amrita, and today we continue exploring what it really takes to build businesses that last. As leaders, it's easy to focus on speed, but sustainable success comes from direction. As entrepreneur Simon Sinek reminds us, working hard for something we don't care about is called stress. Working hard for something we love is called passion. In business, clarity of purpose changes everything. When you know why you're building, decisions become sharper, teams become stronger, and growth becomes more meaningful. In today's episode, we meet leaders who are building with intention, aligning passion with strategy, and vision with action. This is Who's Who Business TV. Stay with us, we'll be right back after a few messages.
Ale & Sons is your one-stop shop for all Total Tools. Total Tools, available at all Ale & Sons locations.
Mom, Dad, this is Trevor.
Hi. He's no Kieran. Back up.
Swing? That's why he crossed the road.
It was funny when Kieran said it.
Ooh, who could that be?
We're like the parents who don't miss your ex.
I can't believe Kieran is in the neighborhood.
CG United. Good like that.
Syntec is a new oil and trying my vehicle. I've been working from Britney to George, some of it on the highway. I have Bacchus, and the oil performing very well. The vehicle performing well. The oil level do not drop. So I'm advising you to take a try with Syntec.
Communication drives success, but only when people truly understand each other. Introducing DISC Communication, a powerful framework that reveals 4 unique communication styles. You'll target 1. Learn to slow down, listen more, and invite input. 2. Learn to focus, follow through, and listen as much as you speak. 3. Learn to speak up, embrace change, and assert your needs. 4. Learn to let go of perfection, decide faster, and trust others. With practical tools and real-world examples, you'll boost collaboration, reduce misunderstandings, and build stronger teams. Ready to transform your communication? Join the DISC communication training today and start talking so others listen.
Welcome back. Behind the Brand takes us into the world of logistics, where precision, people, and perseverance keep business moving. This week, we feature Target Logistics Inc., led by CEO Shalima "Shelly" Nohar. What began as a determined vision has grown into a trusted logistics operation built on reliability, strong systems, and human connection. Under Shelly's leadership, Target Logistics proves that consistency and care are just as critical as speed and scale. Let's take a closer look at how this team is moving more than cargo. They're moving confidence across Guyana. This is Behind the Brand. Welcome to Behind the Brand, where we spotlight the bold entrepreneurs building Guyana's business backbone. Today's feature is Target Logistics Inc., led by CEO Shalima "Shelly" Nohar, a dynamic woman whose journey to becoming a logistics powerhouse proves that consistency, grit, and vision can move more than just cargo.
So thank you for this opportunity, Amrita. I'm really happy to be here and to share. I'm Shelly Nohar, mom, CEO, Toastmasters, and a few other hats. What drives me is excellence, and it happens to be my word for 2026. I've signed a contract to launch our 5th location very, very soon, which is going to be in February. So back then, Target has been a business that we've started from very, very small. Like, I remember sorting cargo on my mother's kitchen counter and fetching the cargo in my car. And I was doing everything on my own. So that meant speaking to the customers, answering the phone, responding to the messages, and doing it all as a single mom.
Shelly's story isn't just about starting a company. It's about building trust, overcoming personal obstacles, and proving that leadership can be both strong and deeply personal.
As I was doing it as a single person, like a single mom, and everything on my own, it meant all of the hats I was wearing. I was operations, I was finance, I was customer service, I was the driver. And it meant that a lot of these processes or these functions were not done to the highest level. The good thing is, at that time, and I understood very early that building trust is unmatched. So I've built a one-on-one relationship with our customers, with my customers. I gotta say my, because back then it was me. And the good thing is, a few customers from back then, they're still here because of that trust and transparency that I would have built on.
Target Logistics is built on more than just operations. It's built on empathy, reliability, and a belief that the small, consistent things make the biggest impact over time.
It's the things that we take for granted, responding on time, setting a deadline and sticking to it, being honest when there's going to be a flight delay, and being honest about the reason. If the flight is delayed because there is no crew, that's what I communicated to the customer. If the flight is delayed because the cargo got bumped because the airline was overbooked, that's exactly the reason I would tell the customer, because I've learned we don't know who's who. Persons can pick up the phone and call a friend, a father, or somebody. Target said this. Is this really true? So when they did that, and if they would have done that, what I said and what they heard would have been the same. So trust, transparency, honesty are the foundations of what I build Target on. But I believe visibility should not be loud at first. We started off at Target with very, very little capital. It meant that whatever money we make, it went right back into the business. And it's not right to come out with a bang. People trust people that they know, and you don't get to know somebody in a moment. It takes time. Like simply a new customer, they would subscribe to our page, they would scroll as far as your time allowed and learn who we are. So it's important to post and to live and to be the brand.
For Shelly, systems are more than just logistics. They're a way of life. Her advice? Stay consistent. Stay focused and success will follow. That's the Target Logistics way.
Be consistent with your processes. Be consistent with your deadlines and timelines. At Target, sometimes in the early days, we didn't meet enough volume for a particular flight. It meant I had to ship very small boxes because the cargo for me back then used to be consolidated. My third-party shipper used to just throw everything in a box, label it Shelly Nohar, and ship it to Guyana. So sometimes that box would be this big, sometimes it would be this big. And regardless the size of the box, I brought the cargo in because each customer is important. So that consistency, that if Target says you're getting your cargo on this flight, it's coming on this flight, unless whatever happens is totally outside of our control. So that's one thing. The other thing is to stick to your core values. And I'm coming back on being trust and building your systems.
Stay tuned as we hear from Christina Heichel, HR Coordinator of NSBOmega Guyana Inc., to learn more about their innovative strategies, key job opportunities, and workforce development in Guyana.
Hey, I'm Christina, the HR Coordinator here at NSBOmega. We're currently recruiting skilled professionals for opportunity with a major international operator located on the east bank of Demerara, who's looking to expand their team. Available positions include welders, fabricators, sandblasters, painters, and other related industrial roles. These opportunities are ideal for candidates with hands-on experience in their respective fields. If you're interested, please submit your CV to info@nsbomega.gy or contact us at 227-3370 for more information. We look forward to hearing from you. See you next time.
Welcome back to BizzPulse, where we spotlight women entrepreneurs turning creativity into opportunity. Today we feature Britney Bacchus, founder of Britney's Creative Touch, a one-woman creative brand bringing elegance, imagination, and personal detail to every project. Self-taught and self-driven, Britney turned her passion into a business through precision, skill, and vision. With support from the Road to Growth program, she refined her craft, strengthened her confidence, and elevated her brand, creating experiences that truly leave a mark. This is BizzPulse. Welcome back to BizzPulse, where we shine a light on women entrepreneurs turning creativity into opportunity. Today, we feature Britney Bacchus, founder of Britney's Creative Touch, a one-woman powerhouse bringing elegance and imagination to every project, from events to decor and beyond.
I'm Britney Bacchus, and I am the owner of Britney's Creative Touch. It was, I started it in 2020, and it has been a nice journey, sometimes challenging here and there, but I love what I do, and that's the reason why I started. It all started when my mom I wanted to get a footwear, and she didn't purchase it for me, so I started making things, and I started from making the footwear that I had always wanted.
What started as a dream quickly became a business. With no formal training, Britney taught herself the skills she needed, proving that passion and persistence are often the best teachers.
Starting from scratch and learning as I go, because I didn't have any course that I could have taken or anything, so I was self-taught. The unique thing about my business is that I do more than one thing, where everything ties into one. I'm an event decorator, and I also do customized things for that. So, for instance, if someone wants a customized t-shirt of the character of the birthday, I do like a complete package, so everything ties into one.
Through the Road to Growth program, Britney gained not just knowledge, but confidence, and discovered new ways to refine her business and elevate her brand.
The Road to Growth program benefited Britney's Creative Touch in a way where it opened new doors by helping me to manage my business, manage my personal life, and have that balance between the two, and learn how to improve in different ways.
With services that blend art, emotion, and personal detail, she creates experiences that leave a lasting impression.
Britney's Creative Touch is all about creating memories with our magic touch, turning one simple design into something very memorable that will last a lifetime. You can reach out to my page, which is Britney's Creative Touch, and I also have my phone number, which is 687-3568. You can message me on WhatsApp or inbox me. Yeah.
Thursday evening, February 5th, business owners and leaders came together at the World Trade Center, Georgetown for the Business Growth Seminar, hosted by Dr. Vishnu Durga, Business Master Coach. The session challenged participants to step back from day-to-day operations and take a hard look at how their businesses are really performing across leadership, systems, cash flow, team structure, and scalability. Through interactive discussion and practical frameworks, attendees explored what it truly means to build a business that works with them, not because of them. Leadership in Action is where vision turns into impact and where leaders share the lessons behind the work. This week, we feature Camille Deokie Gorakh, CEO and founder of Camille's Academy, Inc., an education entrepreneur building confidence, structure, and opportunity through learning. Her journey reflects what it takes to lead with intention while shaping the next generation. You'll hear part of her story now, and to dive deeper, watch the full episode on Action Invest Caribbean Inc.'s YouTube channel or listen on Spotify. This is Leadership in Action. Welcome to Leadership in Action, the podcast where we explore how purpose, strategy, and resilient leadership come together to drive meaningful impact. I'm Amrita, Chief Projects Officer of Action Invest Caribbean, your host, and today we are joined by none other than Miss Camille.
Hi.
The visionary behind Camille's Academy, Inc. in Guyana. Camille's journey is one of transformation, from offering tutoring in her father's garage to building a multi-campus education institution, recognized for innovation, performance, and helping to shape the next generation of leaders. So in this conversation, we'll be exploring how Camille has led with a mindset of growth, not only in numbers and campuses, but in curriculum, technology, and community impact. We'll ask, how do you lead change in an industry as foundational as education, how you build and scale without compromising values, and of course, finally, how leadership in education can reflect broader business goals. So, Camille, we're going to be diving into this discussion. I'd love for us to start at the beginning as well. So, begin by telling us, what was the most defining moment of your life onto today?
Okay. All right, so thank you so much for having me. What I can say as I reflect 25 years I have been on this journey, I believe the most defining moment would have been when I realized that parents were not just looking for me to provide a solid education, but it was more so to make a bigger impact beyond the classroom. And it was at that time I had to make a shift. And it was not just to be a teacher, but more so to be a role model, someone who can inculcate good values, good discipline. You know, you inculcate skills, or rather you develop skills beyond the classroom so that children can contribute to society meaningfully. And it was at that time I realized that I really need to have this leadership skill. It was no longer about just teaching, but more so educating and making a bigger impact. And that would have happened about 25 years. So 25 years after, I can safely say that I was happy that I made that shift from not just being a teacher, but more so an educator and a visionary leader who continues to make the impact.
They say that charity begins at home, and for children who are going to change lives, teachers must first change theirs. Do you agree with that?
Correct, I certainly do.
Fantastic. Now, Ms. Camille, tell us, what was the first bold step in leadership that you've ever taken?
Interesting. I have been in business for about 20 years. I started just at the age of 20. So it was about 39 years. I was 39 years old, so it was about 19 years after. I realized, and as more and more I understood the concept of managers versus leaders, and I realized as I did some introspection, I realized that Camille's Academy has great potential for growth. And at that time, it was just 2 campuses. So the biggest decision I've made in my life, business-wise, was to take a business coach. It is something as simple as that, as we are having this discussion today. Because I can tell you, as I look back and I reflect from where we were prior to having a business coach to where we are 6 years after, you can measure the growth. And it was no longer about managing people, managing processes, but was rather about taking leadership, having that impact, lead with influence, but also to have someone who holds you accountable. Especially when for far too long you've been on your own and you've been working independently. It was at that time you realize that I just cannot do this alone. I needed someone to be there to hold me accountable, to keep me in check, but more so someone who will also ensure that I lead with that level of discipline that is required to grow and expand any organization. So I would always tell people as I share my experience, the biggest decision in my life was not about taking huge loans, but it was about taking a business coach, especially when you thought you knew it all at that time. You really didn't know it all.
IBC Spotlight turns our focus to the digital foundations shaping the Caribbean's future. In this segment, we hear from Giovanni King, CEO of BlueNap Americas and Chairman of the Caribbean Datacenter Association, as he breaks down why digital growth starts with infrastructure sovereignty. This is IBC Spotlight.
I'm Giovanni King. I'm the CEO of BlueNap Americas, the only Tier 4 data center in the Caribbean region, and I'm also the chairman of Caribbean Data Center Association. And the Caribbean Data Center Association is an association created by BlueNap Americas and Datacenter. Main objective is to create a cluster of interconnected data centers across the region so that we can provide a network through which the region can build its digital economy by providing higher availability and have a robust digital infrastructure through which governments can provide services to their constituents. There's a lot happening in the region. One of the main things that I am very proud of course, as the CEO of BlueNap Americas, is the fact that we have recently introduced AI/GPU as a service in BlueNap Americas that we're making available for everybody in the region to host their applications that require GPUs with BlueNap, so that we can build services for the region, by the region, and host it within the region. As we know, it's very important when we're looking at these developments to have data sovereignty, and data sovereignty begins with infrastructure sovereignty. And by having these facilities within the region, we're hoping to build on that so that we can boast that we're doing this within the region. In addition to this service, we are also partnering with regional operators like, for instance, Cloud Carib out of the Bahamas, and with them and an organization out of Europe called GaiaX, we are building an infrastructure through which we can provide federated cloud services. With federated cloud services, we aim to achieve a trusted environment through which data can be shared across jurisdictions in a trusted manner. GaiaX has built these standards based on European norms and regulations, and these are also embedded within the data protection GDPR used in Europe. So by bringing these norms and standards to the region, we are building infrastructure that is resilient, and it is, I can't say like totally proofed against cybersecurity issues, but we have then what we're calling the foundation on which we can build. So these two projects are two projects that we're very proud of, and these are things that we're bringing to Guyana as initiatives through which we hope that Guyana can also become part of this fabric. First and foremost, I think the whole IBC initiative, and if we're looking at the developments between Suriname, Guyana, Trinidad, and all of us here, the platform is a platform that's known. And with the brand that we're bringing and the IBC brand, I think that's one of the things that we're leveraging on. And having these events on a, let's say, frequent sequence that gives us the footprint through which we can make ourselves known to the region and to everybody that's working on developing this infrastructure. So that's where I think it's very important for us to be part of it. And that's why for us it was also important to be here as a speaker, not only as a delegate, so that we can contribute and then also see if we can meet with, let's say, same-minded people through which we can continue to develop more collaboration across the region. Let's make use of the opportunity that we have here. Look at all of the leaders that are here in different sectors that are contributing to the growth of our region. And if we can walk away, like the keynote speaker said yesterday, which was a very impressive keynote, walk away with one or two business cards. Walk away with knowing that you have met one or two people that are thinking in the same area and the same way that you're doing, so that we can leverage those synergies and build on that. That would be my takeaway.
Are you a current or aspiring female entrepreneur? If the answer is yes, I would like to invite you to the HerVenture Summit, which is happening on Sunday, March 8th at the National Cultural Center. This is the second edition of the HerVenture Summit, and I can guarantee you that the amount of business information, networking, being able to see women entrepreneurs pitch their business, hearing from thought leaders in not just from Guyana, but globally as well, will be really impactful to you on your pathway to growth. We're also expecting many organizations, including the female entrepreneurs, to present the jobs that they have available in their organization. So if you're looking for a job, this will also be a really good opportunity for you to explore what's available with some of the leading and growing organizations in Guyana. So remember, the HerVenture Summit is on March 8th. Click on the link so that you can secure your space. We do have limited spaces available, so secure yours as quickly as possible. See you there.
Syntec is a new oil and dry my vehicle. I've been working from Britney to Georgetown up and down the highway. I have Bacchus, and the oil performing very well. The vehicle performing well. The oil level will not drop. So I'm advising you to take a try with Syntec.
If you're building a business, exploring entrepreneurship, or preparing to take your next step with confidence, this is for you. The Epic Entrepreneur Free Training is designed to support aspiring and early-stage entrepreneurs with practical business knowledge and a strong entrepreneurial mindset. This training is delivered by Brad Sugars, founder of Action Coach and global leader in business growth and entrepreneurship. Through this experience, participants gain insight into how business works, how entrepreneurs think, and how ideas turn into sustainable ventures. Epic Entrepreneurs focuses on building a solid foundation, helping participants to develop skills, awareness, and confidence as they move forward in their entrepreneurial journey. It is well suited for individuals who are eager to learn, ready to grow, and committed to developing themselves as entrepreneurs. The training also provides access to a broader learning community through our membership portal, where participants can continue learning, connect with others, and explore additional resources. To begin, sign up through our Action Coach Guyana membership portal and access the Epic Entrepreneur Free Training today. Your entrepreneurial journey starts with learning, and this is a great place to begin.
In every economy, there is a network that drives progress, shaped by those who build, invest, and innovate. The Who's Who in Guyana Business 2026 directory captures just that. A curated reflection of enterprise, leadership, and opportunity. It's a snapshot of the enterprise's defining competitive advantage in Guyana, where capability, performance, and reputation intersect. Each listing reflects strategic intent, organizations creating value, expanding capacity, and positioning for sustainable growth. Together, they outline the architecture of Guyana's modern economy: dynamic, diversified, and globally engaged. For investors, it's insight. For professionals, it's access. For enterprises, it's recognition on the stage that matters most. Because in a marketplace defined by change, staying known is as powerful as staying ahead. Your next partnership, client, or breakthrough could be just a page away. Get your copy of the Who's Who in Guyana Business 2026 directory at our Kingston office. That's lot 120 Parade Street, Kingston, today.
Guyana has a vibrant economy. In fact, it's the fastest growing economy in the world, and everybody needs to participate. Women specifically need skills and support to make sure they're up to speed with everybody else. So I think it's really exciting to have a range of different opportunities for women to really build their skills and grow their businesses. And what's been so exciting for me here is I've seen women when I first arrived in 2021, and I've seen over the last few years them grow their business into a vibrant multi-employee business. It's been really exciting. But I think in this economy, we need everybody to participate, including all the women. Women need a whole range of support, and different women would need different support. This is why I think the Her Venture app has been so exciting, because it's such a simple thing where women can have a look on their own time and choose the support system that might be there for them, whether it be how to do business planning, how to do financial planning, how to do marketing. There are so many different modules, and they're bite-sized, they're really simple and small. So that's the Her Venture app. Women should be looking at the whole range of opportunities that are out there for them and choose the right thing for them. And some people like things that they can do bite-sized on their own. Other people like to do as a community and a group. We shouldn't be imposing on somebody a single one-size-fits-all. So I think Guyana's very exciting at the moment because that range of opportunities are there for women. One of the things I say in almost all my speeches is claim your seat. In other words, don't expect things to be given to you. You claim the seat. You've got to go out and look for the opportunities and claim your opportunities. Claim that seat because it's there for you. Whether it be doing a master's program or whether it's just doing a module on the Her Venture app, there are so many opportunities out there. So the ecosystem needs to be vibrant with a range of different options, whether it's the High Commission or the university, whether it's Action Coach or whether it be the Ministry of Human Services. You need a whole range of different services because different things will fit different people. I think it's about giving women confidence. I think there are many women that don't believe that they can really grow their business. They're just tinkering along. This is a vibrant opportunity, a vibrant market. So I think getting women to take some risks and really build their confidence that they can go further, that they can expand their businesses. For example, taking a loan is kind of scary, getting that situation where you take a loan. But to be honest with you, big businesses, that's how they grow. That's what you do. So I think it's all about building confidence. And how do you do that? It's about inspiring women. It's making sure they have mentorship. It's about making sure that they have a community, so they have a support structure. So at the last summit, we saw exactly that. We had those motivational speeches, but over and above that, you're a great advocate of coaching and of mentoring, and I think that is really important. And you create that community where women can learn from one another. I think it's been meeting the women afterwards. So I meet women often for the very first time when they graduate. And then when I'm traveling around the country, I see them again. And then sometimes I see them again. And just watching the women grow, seeing the business start as just a very small thing in their kitchen, and then becoming something vibrant, or a small business, and I've seen they've changed premises. Some of those things have been what I feel has been the most exciting thing for me. Having a mentor has been really important for me in my career, and so I think that's really important. And the other thing is to support other women. You know, as you're going up, bring other women up with you. Find a support structure for others as well. You'll find that sometimes you're supporting somebody one day, and the next day you're going to need them as well. So the other piece of advice is to recognize that running a business isn't always easy. And things can go up and down. Wouldn't it be lovely if you just say, I'm going to go there and it's all going to be straightforward? Sometimes you have to innovate, you have to take some risks, and you have to take the knocks as well. And I think having that mentor, again, is really important. When things aren't going well, to have that support structure is so important, to have somebody to talk to. I think for me, one of the big things for your summit is about giving women confidence. You can do it, and giving them confidence and giving the structures to enable them to reach their dream.
Hi guys, I'm Camille from this Gorakh workshop. I'm here to talk to you today about the Syntec oil. It's one of the very best in the market right now. First thing is, the viscosity is very rich. That is the very most important thing about the oil. The viscosity is very rich. It reduces engine eyes. I have been using this oil for the past couple months, and the result is magnificent. I never get the result in other oil that I use, but the Syntec, it's very good. It is very good. I recommend you guys to use this oil. It is very good.
Ale & Sons is your one-stop shop for all Total Tools. Total Tools, available at all Ale & Sons locations.
And that brings us to the close of another impactful edition of Who's Who Business TV. From logistics and creativity to leadership, digital infrastructure, and business growth. Today's stories reminded us that progress is built through clarity, consistency, and the courage to act. To our guests, thank you for sharing your insight and experience. And to you, our viewers, thank you for staying engaged with the people and ideas shaping Guyana's business future. Until next time, stay focused, stay intentional, and as always, keep leading the way. I'm Amrita, and this has been Who's Who Business TV.